When we solve for the edge pieces for layer 1, we move each of the edge pieces that has the color for the top layer to the correct location with the correct orientation in one sequence of moves for each piece. I'm holding the cube in the red, white, and blue flag position with the white pointed towards the top. You could have any color that you choose pointed towards the top. Then we look for an edge piece that already has white on the top, or whatever your top color is. That's going to be the easiest turn to make, and it's probably just going to be a quarter turn, one direction or the other. It could be a half turn, depending upon where it is. That puts that piece into the correct location with the correct orientation in one sequence of moves. That only contained one move in that sequence. Now that piece could have been on the left side of the blue surface. That also would be a very easy move to make. It could have been on the right side of the blue surface. That would have been an easy move to make with a left quarter turn to put it into the correct location with the correct orientation. Now that's pretty simple operation, probably doesn't need a story, analogy, or memory trick. But I need to introduce a story because it's going to be useful for the next few solutions that we do. So I want you to imagine that you're pulling your car into a gas station and you're going way too fast and your tires are screeching and you're skidding in a right turn and you slide right up next to the gas pump. And that white centerpiece is the gas pump in our story. Now let's suppose that that blue and white piece were all the way down here on the bottom of the cube. What kind of turn does that look like when you make a full half turn? Well, that looks like a U-turn to me. We'll call that a U-turn. Let me show you what a U-turn looks like at a gas station. Let's suppose you pull into the gas station in this white convertible Mustang with the yellow rims, and you park next to the gas pump. But wait, this is a rental car, and you neglected to check to see which side of the car the gas tank is on. Just before you get out of the driver's door, you remember that you can look at the gas gauge, and there's a little picture of a gas pump on the gas gauge. It has an arrow pointed to the left or pointed to the right to indicate which side of the car the gas tank is on. If it doesn't have an arrow, then that picture of the gas pump is on the left side or right side of the fuel gauge, again indicating which side of the car the gas tank is on. So you look at the gas gauge in this white convertible Mustang with yellow rims, and you find that the gas tank is on the right side of the car, and here you are parked on the wrong side of the gas pump. So you're going to make a U-turn. This spot over here is occupied, so you pull forward, make a U-turn, and then stop at the same pump, but now it's on the other side of the car. So that's a U-turn. So now we have a left turn, right turn, and a U-turn. Now let's go look at another variation. Let's suppose that this white and blue piece is on the bottom of the cube, but not with white on the bottom. It's on the bottom of the cube with the blue side on the bottom. How are we going to get that piece up to this location? That's going to be an S turn. Let me show you what an S turn looks like at the gas station. Here again, you're on the wrong side of the pump. There's another gas island up here, and there's a space available. And so you start pulling forward and make the bottom part of the S turn, and then make the top part of the S turn. And that puts you into the right location. Now on the cube, here's how that works. Here's the piece that we're working with. Here's the location where we want it to be. So you do the bottom part of the S turn, and then the top part of the S turn, and that puts the piece into the right location with the right orientation. Now if you look at the edges of the cube, that does kind of have the shape of an S. You might say that it has the shape of a Z, and if you'd rather call it a Z turn, that's fine with me. I'm going to call it an S turn. Now let's move on to the next piece. We're going to find the orange and white piece. It's right here, and it needs to go to the orange side, which is over here. Now we can't just do a right turn because that piece has the wrong orientation. So what we need here is a Y turn. So we have left turn, right turn, U-turn. Now this is going to be a Y turn. Let me show you how a Y turn looks in the gas station. Again, you're on the wrong side of the pump, and this space over here is available. So you pull forward with a little squiggle turn to the left, and then you back up with a little squiggle turn to the left, and from the sky, that looks like the letter Y. On the cube, here's the Y, here's the base of the Y, here's the right arm of the Y, and the left arm of the Y. We'll turn this surface to bring the piece down to the base of the Y, and then we'll turn this surface to bring that piece up to the left arm of the Y. And that puts that piece into the correct location with the correct orientation in one sequence of moves. It consisted of 2 moves. Now let's move on to the red and white edge piece. It's over here. We need to get it to the red side. Where is the red side? Well, since we know the colors of the cube, we're looking at the orange side here. Therefore, the red side has to be on the other side of the cube. And that piece, since it has white on it, is going to go right here. So I'm going to rotate the cube a little bit further. Keep our eyes on that white and red piece so we know where it is. And now figure out how to get that white and red edge piece over to this location with the correct orientation. This involves another development in our story of the gas station. This is a gas station from the future. In the future, space and pavement is really expensive. So they build gas stations on a turntable. They have a gas pump at the gas station, and there's 4 spots adjacent to that gas pump. The gas station has the ability to rotate the gas station to bring a spot close to the driveway where you're going to pull into. This is like a Lazy Susan turntable. You've seen them on a kitchen table or in a kitchen cabinet. You can turn the Lazy Susan to bring the object that you want to a location that's easy for you to reach it. So this gas station is built like on a Lazy Susan turntable. And what happens is this is the spot where we want that red and white piece to be. So the Lazy Station rotates to bring that spot close to the driveway where we can make that left turn, bringing the car right next to the gas pump, and then Lazy Station rotates back to its normal position. And that puts that edge piece in the correct location with the correct orientation in one sequence of moves that involved 3 moves. Now let's go find the green and white edge piece. Here it is. It's on the green side. That does not help us. We actually have to do a little extra work in order to get that piece into the right location with the right orientation. This is going to be a combination of Lazy Station and the Y turn. I want to challenge you to pause the video at this point if you feel adventurous and try to figure this out with a little bit of a clue that I'm going to give you. This involves the Lazy Station and the Y turn, but here's the clue. The Lazy Station has 2 parts to it. One part is where the Lazy Station moves the stall close to your driveway, and the second part is where the Lazy Station returns to its normal position. The Y turn has 2 parts to it. The first part is moving the piece from one arm of the Y down to the base of the Y, and then up to the other arm of the Y. So now by combining these moves, we're going to do something to the effect of the first part of the Y, and then the first part of the Lazy Station, and then the second part of the Y, and the second part of the Lazy Station. So without much of a clue, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure it out. So here's how it works with the white and green edge piece. We first bring this edge piece down to the base of the Y, and then Lazy Station moves this spot over to this location. Then the second part of the Y, we move this piece up to the right arm of the Y, and then Lazy Station returns to the normal position. And that puts that green and white edge piece into the right location with the right orientation in one sequence of moves that involved 4 moves. When solving for the edge pieces of layer 1, you will encounter many variations of those moves with edge pieces located anywhere in it that an edge piece can be located on the cube. Combining those moves with slight variations will move an edge piece from any location into the correct location with the correct orientation in one sequence of moves. Now we're ready to solve for the corner pieces for layer 1.